A couple of years ago, my family and I moved to a new house. But in order to do that, we had to sell the house we were currently living in, and therefore we had to get rid of a lot of the things that were in the closets and in the attic, in our garage, and in our shed in the backyard. Well, we really didn't want to get rid of these things, or at least I didn't want to get rid of these things. And so instead of sending them to the dump or to Goodwill, we put them in a storage unit. Box after box, crate after crate, we brought into the storage unit so that we could keep all of these treasures that we hadn't seen or used in years, these treasures that we just held on to, even though we didn't need them and didn't have a place for them. How many of you have that same kind of thing going on in your house right now? Maybe it's just a drawer or maybe a closet. Perhaps you keep all of your treasures in your garage or in your attic or a shed out back. Some people have built entire buildings just to keep the stuff that they don't have room for, that they really don't need, but they just have to keep. You know, it's not just our stuff that we do that with, is it? We also hold on to things in our lives. Things like anger and resentment, hate, mistrust. Something's happened to us long ago or maybe recently. Someone's done something to us one time or maybe over and over again. And because of that, we have these feelings that just make the hairs on the back of our neck stand up. It makes the blood rush to our face. It makes our fists clench and our faces break out in sweat. It just infuriates us to think of this person and what they've done. And so we hold on to that anger and that resentment, that mistrust, and that hate. Well, maybe it's not something that someone else has done. Maybe it's something that we've done. Maybe instead of feelings of fury, it's feelings of guilt, disappointment, sadness. These are things that we hold on to. That even though we really don't need them, even though we don't have room for them in our lives, we still keep them as though we just gotta have them. Dear friends, I'm here to tell you today, these are things that you don't have to keep. You don't have to hold on to your anger and your guilt. You can let them go because we have a God who loves us, who forgives us. And if God has forgiven you for everything that you've done, why should you not forgive others? Then again, why should you not forgive yourself? There's no reason to hang on to things in our lives when we can just let them go. You don't need them. You don't have room for them. Why keep them? In Matthew chapter 5, verses 23 and 24, Jesus says, "So when you're offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother or sister, and then come and offer your gift." Don't let the things that you're carrying around with you weigh you down. Don't wait another day. Don't store another box in your heart. Go and be reconciled with your brother or sister. Be reconciled with yourself. And then be that gift that you are called to give to the world. There's no reason to store it up any longer, my friends. God's already taken it from you. That's your word for Wednesday. Amen.